The 2021 high school volleyball season begins right here on the OH Report, and we bring you a Firelands Conference showdown between the St. Paul Flyers, who's playing their first game tonight, against the 1-0 Crestview Cougars. That action coming your way next.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents Totally Unrealistic, Never Gonna Happen in a Million Years Mom Fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's like no reception.
I'm not cheering attack. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos!
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
We welcome you inside the Cougars Den on the campus of Crestview High School for tonight's OH Report volleyball opener between the Crestview Cougars and the St. Paul Flyers, their Firelands Conference opener. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi, alongside four-time All-Ohio volleyball player from Lexington High School. Mackenzie, Mackenzie, three-time first-team All-Ohio, and a third-teamer your freshman year. We get volleyball back.
I know. I don't know. I feel like I've been out of the gym so long and out of the volleyball in this area for so long. It's nice to get back. See the kids that when I was graduating, they were little people. They were in like third and fourth grade and would come to the volleyball games. So it's nice to see them evolve and see the game evolve in this area.
And these are two teams that, they're towards the top of the Firelands Conference year in and year out, although there's a Monroeville team that
they're always
usually,
in the mix.
Yeah, they're usually
always in the mix, yeah.
In the regional or the state level. Yeah. Last year, with the likes of Kennedy Goon and a couple other solid seniors, Crestview, they took the number 3 seed in their Northwest 1 district in Division 3. They took the bye. They actually defeated Colonel Crawford 3-0 in their first game and then lost to Margaretta 3-0 in their sectional final. As for St. Paul, they had the bye, defeated Crestline 3-0 before falling 3-0 to Buckeye Central. So a couple teams that, finished at the top of the Firelands Conference but didn't have quite a good run in the tournament.
Yeah, honestly, tournament time, anything can happen. It's a toss-up. It's who has the better night, and there could be 9 times out of 10 that St. Paul should win a match, and then that one game just happens, and you got to figure out after your season's over, okay, where can we improve in mentally, physically? A lot of volleyball, as you can see, and I know personally, it's a mentality and it's a mindset, and you learn it young and you learn it often, and it's going to be interesting to see because I know St. Paul historically, I've seen Nancy coach for ever and ever, and I mean that in a good way. Hopefully she doesn't come at me for me calling it. She's been coaching forever, but as you can see, like, she's had 25 conference championships, 29 sectional championships, and she's been to the region 6 times. The last time they were back was 2009, but historically St. Paul teams are, I don't want to say undersized, but they're not packing 5'10". They got a couple kids this year that are pretty big. We'll see what they have to do, but historically they play a really, really good club volleyball. Fundamentals with them are usually pretty solid, and they're usually really good serve and pass team, and that's volleyball in high school. If you can serve consistently in at 90% and above, and you can pass the ball, you're going to win a lot of matches, especially in this area.
As for the Crestview Cougars, they've lost 2 players that totaled a total of 588 kills from last year, Kennedy Goon and Autumn Bailey. This is a team that they're going to have to fill those holes.
And you know what? The younger ones are going to have to step up and rise to the occasion. And, you know, not everybody's going to be 100% every night. That's just not realistic. So it'll be interesting to see what kids in what role can step up and find a way. I know their last match that they played, they had 3 kids hitting over 300, which is absolutely incredible. If you're hitting over 300, you're doing pretty well. Number 5, let me pull up this right here. We had Izzy Artis that was hitting over 500. We had Sarah Cohn hitting 385, and then we had Emily Weaver just had a heck of a game hitting 429. Like baseball numbers, you want to be hitting 300 and above, you're doing pretty good.
And yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. I know I said Izzy Artis a lot of times covering Crestview last year alongside Autumn Bailey and Kennedy Goon, so she's one of those players that she's going to have to step up into that, you know, that leadership role.
And I'm interested to see, because, okay, this is a new role for her. She did play extremely well the last match. We're going to see how it continues. But, yeah, I am interested to see. I haven't seen some of these kids. I came in when Jody was coaching a couple years ago. My mom would come in and we'd run practice for her. So it's nice to see the ones that were freshmen and seeing where they are and how they're going to take leadership roles, because it's not just with your play. We want to see some vocal leaders and leaders by example.
Just to make mention, this is the J&F Construction pregame. So we are getting ready for our first live stream of volleyball this year. We're going to have a lot. Mackenzie will be on all of them. Brian, myself will also be calling these matches, but we'll have some Crestview, we'll have some Mansfield Senior, some Lucas, Clear Fork, and Northmore. So a bunch of pretty good.
It's going to be a diverse group. I like to see how they have evolved over the past couple of years with their programs. I know a couple of them have had some new coaches, so it's going to be nice to see what fresh blood comes back into these programs.
So we are getting ready for introductions and the national anthem. But, you know, first game of the season for you usually when, I mean, you played at Syracuse and Dayton as well in college, but, you know, coming up to those first couple games of the season, how do you control the emotions of getting back into things?
Ooh, that's a really, really good question. A lot of it is preparation. Preparation is key, and when we start out our season, it all starts in the weight room. You can't get back in August what you did now.
As we take a moment to step aside for the national anthem. So we get ready to show you the lineups from both sides. First, for the Flyers of St. Paul. Number 1, Emma McFadden, the sophomore. Number 2, Josie Skin, the senior. Number 3, Elena Herrig, the sophomore. Number 4, Maddie Jaworski, the senior. Number 6, Megan Liebold, the senior. Number 7, Jordan Fulton, the senior. Number 9, Carly Rudolph, the senior. Everybody else, the rest are seniors as well. Number 10, Sarah Matlick. Number 11, Dylan Knoll. Number 13, Presley Stang. And number 15, Brooke Hauk. But a lot of seniors on this squad, mixed in with some younger players as well.
Absolutely.
And now we show you the lineups for the Crestview Lady Cougars. Number 1, junior Samantha Feldhock. Number 2, a junior Chloe Sauter. Number 4, a senior Becca Kaufman. Number 5, a sophomore Sophie Durbin. Number 6, a junior Izzy Artis. Number 7, a junior Grace Fry. Number 8, a freshman Addison Sandvik. Number 9, a junior Sarah Coney. Number 10, a sophomore Kalia Shiflett. Number 11, a sophomore Emily Weaver. And number 20, a senior Skylar Ramsey. Crestview is coached by Sadie Catlett. While St. Paul, they are led by Nancy Miller. And as Mackenzie said, a legend.
The legend. I used to get so mad. Every year we would have them come to our Lexington tournament or we would scrimmage them at some point, and I'm like, Nancy, seriously, these kids could ball control super, super well. They had great heads on their shoulders. They play really, really good club. I know a lot of them go to North Shore and Black Swamp, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's changed since I've been out of the volleyball game so long. Clubs pop up like daisies around here. There's so many of them.
And it's great to see a student section back. Last year we didn't have that. We didn't have students. We just had family here, so we couldn't do this introduction.
Yeah. When you play, it's different when you play for fans, and they do give you a lot of energy, and they do make you feel, especially in women's athletics, and I think women's volleyball especially, you gotta take notice that these girls work extremely hard day in and day out, and in their preseasons. It really starts in the off season, so it's nice to see, especially Crestview has a great community, and they've always had great community support, student support, because they are such a small school. A lot of kids got to play all the same sports, and it's really nice to see that we have people back in the gym again, because it was getting very depressing sitting at home and not being able, and those that are on the live stream, it is good that they can watch some good volleyball, but we have good fans here for the girls.
And speaking of that, for anybody that is watching tonight on YouTube or Facebook, let us know where you're watching from. Give us some comments. We'll give you some shout outs during tonight's match, as we are just about ready to go here from the Cougars Den. St. Paul taking on Crestview. These two teams met twice last year.
I think St. Paul, did they have them 0-2?
And I believe that was the case. We take
a trip back to last fall. COVID 2020, a traumatizing time.
St. Paul won the first match 3-0, and the second match as well 3-0. So Crestview looking for a little revenge, but it's going to be tough without the top two players in pretty much every category last year, Autumn Bailey and Kennedy Goon. So we are ready to go here.
All right, we have Chloe Sauter with this serve. Let's see if she keeps it in. We don't want to be missing our first serve here, ladies. It's called a Cardinal Sin of Serving, a CSS. First serve in after a timeout. Serving in and serving tough is going to keep them in this match especially. And
that's long, so
Chloe.
St. Paul gets the first point of the match on the service error.
All right, Presley going back to serve. Great float. Not bad. See what they can do out of system. It's a great spot, keeping the setter out of the play.
Nice block there.
Great touch
by Coney.
Let's keep them in system. Let's go back. It's a great right side swing. Getting the setter out of the play again.
A nice volley to start
that's
things
a free
off
ball.
here.
They need to use this. They got to put it away now. Got to hit to win. Hit to win, ladies.
Nice dig.
It's a great rally. Oh, yep. The St. Paul scrappiness. It's there. That's a big, big momentum push for Crestview.
Take a look at the end of this.
Yeah. Okay, they're out of system. Let's see what she can do with this. Oh, changing the flow. We got a lefty out there. Number 10, Sarah Matlick. It's a great spot. I'm interested to see how she plays today. I haven't seen a lot of lefties around here. She's got pretty good size, especially in warm-up. She was doing a lot with the ball, so it'll be a different look for Crestview to look at, seeing a lefty out there.
And Crestview, a smaller lineup right now, so you used to see Kennedy Goon get up there and get the spike. These girls are just, trying to find her positions on the floor to hit it instead of just slamming it down.
Well, when you are like 6'5", you don't have much of a block. Yeah.
Nice job there to use the net to your advantage, dropping it down for the point, and we're tied at 2.
I'm interested to see how we are distributing the ball. I know I coached Chloe for a little bit a couple years ago, and she was a young setter, so it's going to be interesting to see how she has matured and if she's seeing who's hot at the time, because we want to feed the ball to the person that's hot and be able to redistribute and redirect the flow of the game. They know who's serving. Don't mess up your lineup. Ask for lineup check, sweetie.
And now we have a timeout.
That could really kill the momentum here. Oh, sweet spirits. Okay. Early timeout here for Crestview. I wonder what's going on.
And we have a lineup check, maybe?
Possibly.
So 2-2. Both teams after that, the service error to start off. Crestview with a big point off a long volley. I mean, momentum-wise, how important is that after such a long volley to get the point?
Oh, well, if you don't win the point, it is a little bit like you really feel every single thing that you did in that play. You feel tired. Your arms are sore. Your legs are sore. Volleyball, a typical volleyball play lasts, I want to say, between like 3 to 5 seconds is what we've always talked about, 3 to 5 second play. So volleyball is about that speed up, and then we have a pause with our serve. So it kind of hits you in the gut a little bit when you don't win a long rally like this, especially they are rivals. They are rivals over the past couple of years. So it is kind of much of like a momentum booster when you feel that and the energy on the court when you win a long rally like that, because you feed off of that. Your teammates pick you up. You have the crowd picking you up, and the student section is just ready to go tonight. Love it.
And here we go. It's the libero, Skylar Ramsey. Serves it up, and we're back underway here. Nice
great block. I like to see her drop her hands more into zone 6 a little bit. They set a great block setup, young hands. We have to make sure that our hips and our lower and our right hands, and she's on the right side, pushing back into the middle of the court so you don't get tooled. That's the worst feeling when you're a right side. I know that feeling.
And we got an ace.
Great serve. Oh, they're doing, yep. Throw back to 2015 with the ace cheer. They got to get out of this quick. Runs in bunches. They got to be one and done right here. It's a great serve.
4-2 your score in favor of the Flyers right now.
Okay, how they respond to this free ball, they got to defend. Great touch, great touch.
And it hit a light.
That's a great swing. From number 6, Megan Leibold, senior. Let's see if they can get out of this quick. We don't want to see them go on a 3 or 4 point run, because that is all their momentum will just be going away at that point. Great swing by Becca.
Blocked
great
up
spot.
there.
That's a great. They better, use the free ball, sweetie. Good corner. How do they respond? Good touch. Setters out of system. Oh, Becca home.
And another point for St. Paul, so getting some more momentum.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of a fundamental breakdown. especially in high school, we have to make sure that we are getting our setter our ball, and it's a 3 pass. So 3 passes where your setter has 3 options to hit since the setter's back row right now. So if we're passing high to the middle of the court, she can run our offense, and our middle can pull some blockers. But it looks like they're not able to be in system right now, and it's going to hurt them. And I think that early timeout kind of hurt them too. And especially with her, she has a hybrid swing. Sarah has a hybrid swing. It's kind of hard, especially off a lefty. It is hard to read that. You don't see that every day in and out in college gyms. You do. So hopefully these girls can either ice her right there. So they got some work to do now. You got to get to even, and that's going to take a really good run here. So they got to get to even and push. 1st to 10 game, especially in the game of volleyball, we're winning 5-point match, like 5-point mini games. That's how we played it.
Okay.
5-point mini games.
I understand that. It's just it's like in anything, even in running, you want to break it down to maybe 800 meters at a time if you're going a distance.
It's a great swing, great slide, and great kill by Izzy Artis. That was really, really good movement. She had a really good hole in the block and is attacking that right side of the court. They have a front row setter right now, so I wonder if the setter is going to pick up on that, and they're going to try to attack that right side of the court and feed their outside. And that's a momentum killer right there again, missing serves. I think they're up to 2 now.
And that was after a nice small run by Crestview, but got them back to within 3. Those hurt. I mean, you have to, especially when you're coming back, you have to pretty much play perfect ball here to, try and get even.
Absolutely. It's a great swing.
Right through the block, though. Got it.
That's a great swing. She
Take
saw
a look at the replay.
Absolutely. She saw that number 13 and number 6, their hands were not entirely pressed across the net, and if she knew if she could hit that just hard enough in between the seam of the block, then she would get that kill there. Go up. Yep,
Overpass.
Setter's front row. Use it. It's a free ball. It's good tempo.
Nice job.
That's a great swing. I would like to see her push that a little bit more to the outside, but she did see, and she is smart enough to see that they have a front row setter on the other side. So especially, not that she's undersized, but historically this may not be the case for her. Setters aren't typically historically the best blockers because they're more worried about, okay, the ball's coming over, I'm ready to set the ball. So hopefully they can take advantage of that setter being in the front row.
So 8-6 now.
Oh.
Just tucked it inside the line.
That's a great spot. Corners. Yep. I would like to see that libero trying to take a little bit, not more initiative, but Crestview's got to play some scrappy defense here to be able to hang with this Norwalk St. Paul team. They are offensively, they've got a lot of weapons here, and they've got to be able to play some scrappy defense. That's a great shot, too. That was in.
Just touched the line.
That's a great shot. Great swing. I think the theme of the night is going to be the right side of the court, and who can be better if the left side's blockers on the other side can get some block touches and slow it down. A little bit more aggressive serve I'd like to see. Oh, foot fault. Again, another momentum killer. They're just giving them free points, as my mom would say. They're not buy one, get one free at the yard sale. We got to keep it in, aggressive, minimizing our service errors.
So 10-7 your score here, opening set of this one between Crestview and St. Paul. The Cougars 1-0. St. Paul, this is their first match.
It's a great spot, both sides. They're both trying to attack. That's a great ball in system. They better use it.
Bit of a miss hit. Yep.
Yeah, miss hit there. It's inside. It's a great block touch. They're touching a lot of balls tonight. That middle blocker is working her butt off.
Another miss hit, but it got it over.
That setter's back row. Go take advantage. Yep, that's a good call. It's a good call.
So 10-8. And for the ones that aren't really into volleyball, what was that fault there?
So she's in the net. So the rules change everywhere. NCAA is different. Club is different. High school is different. But she was in the middle part of the net. And that in club that is allowed. In high school that is not.
Okay.
No touching of the net anywhere, any part. We sneak that in on the right.
Matlick through the block. St. Paul maintains that 3-point lead.
It's so interesting to see lefties on the left because, again, like you don't see a lefty often, but it's entirely different coming when a lefty's hitting on that side of the court. And I see she's in the middle now, so this is going to be interesting to see how their defense can respond. I think I saw a touch on that. Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
Let's take a look at it right here.
Let's take a look. I see it change direction. I always look for whenever you're looking for a touch sometimes and you have the replay system, did that ball change direction? That's a
Unlike
great
the Olympics,
serve.
I don't think we have the replay system in high school. What a
I think
block.
we should, though.
Yeah?
We should. That was it from Becca Kaufman, what she had right there. She set her team up for success entirely. But, again, Norwalk has got that great block set up. But she was in system, able to run a quick play. I got to see some hitters stepping up here.
Rudolph and Matlick there, the two seniors with the block.
Great spot.
Nice dig.
And then, yeah. Yeah.
Hauk would have gotten the point, but we had a fault there. So St. Paul now with its largest lead of this first set is 6 points. It's 14-8.
They're going in runs and bunches. That's what sets teams apart from good teams and great teams. That is typical of Norwalk St. Paul. They usually they take that next step and they have the maturity in themselves where they have a 3 or 4 point lead and they find a way to turn it on with that serve, because runs and bunches, that's what wins you games. And you can have momentum change on a dime, but if you have that 8 point lead, it really does help. You can let 1 or 2 go, or you can have a miscommunication and still be able to respond. Oh, play, keep it alive, come on.
Wow, nice job there. Just the reflexes of these girls is phenomenal.
They need to use this right now.
Free ball over to Crestview. Can't do anything with it.
Can't wait. We cannot wait. Those are opportunities wasted. Good touch. See, there she goes. She's starting to come alive. That's a double.
Too strong.
This would be about the time that, personally, I would start calling a timeout. You've got to stop the bleeding. You got to find a way to receive serve and be in system, and hitters have got to step up and find a way. She's got 3 hitters right now. Hitters have got to find a way to put a ball away. Tool off a block, not tipping, swinging tough. That's a really good serve. That's a great spot to zone 2.
St. Paul 9 points away from taking set number 1, but still have some work to do.
I feel like right now, Crestview, you're in panic mode. You see the score, you start to panic, and arms start to fly.
Wow.
Elbows go over. That's a great swing.
Take a look at that one time. My goodness.
She's in the right spot. Keep it on this half of the court. That's a great dig. But, again, they've got to stop this bleeding. They got to stop it soon. They're everywhere right now. They got to settle in.
Into the net. That was a nice serve, too. Really caught the Lady Cougars off guard, and there's that timeout.
That timeout we've been looking for.
18-8. Largest lead of the set for St. Paul, and that's a timeout by head coach Sadie Catlett. I'd like to welcome everybody in once again watching on Facebook and YouTube this evening. Make sure to leave a comment in the comments section. Say hello. Let us know where you're watching from.
It's interesting to see. I always like, now that you have a bird's eye view and you're not down on the court and you're a spectator now, you're not a player anymore, to see how your players are engaging with their coaches on the sidelines. You can tell the kids that are leaders by example, and they are captains on the team, especially with Nancy. These kids are zoned in, because if you're not, she might grab you by the back of your head and look her in the eye when she's talking to you, which I like old school volleyball and old school coaching. That's how it should be. So it's going to be interesting to see here, okay, how are you going to respond? With 1 point right here, they have got to side out and go right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how the maturity of this Norwalk St. Paul team with the leaders that they do have, captains, seniors, and just leaders by example, how they respond to this point. This is a crucial point right here.
And they may not take the set, but get a little momentum going into set number 2.
Absolutely, yes. And it's not helping them right now. We have a really, really big St. Paul block right now. They've either touched a lot of balls or they've had a lot of blocks, and we're not seeing a lot of coverage. I'm seeing a lot of standing, and they're like, ooh, do I want to play that ball? We've got to see some better coverage from these Crestview Cougars here tonight, and they're going after Becca. Becca's probably a little tired by now. She's been jumping and swinging, taking a lot of balls. And St. Paul's doing a great job at taking number 2, Chloe Sauter, out of the offense. That first ball that they're hitting to her, she's not able to deliver hittable balls, or they're heading out of system, and your pins are taking a lot of the brunt of it when, as we saw earlier, when you have your middles involved, that pulls a lot of blockers, and that gives more opportunities later in the match to your outside hitters. You got to establish your middles early and often. See, they're having her take that first ball, and they got to find a way to have a DS or a Becca take that first ball for them.
I believe St. Paul on a 7-0 run, maybe even more.
Yeah.
Overpass gets slapped right back down.
I'm seeing a lot of a lot of quiet faces, a lot of panicked faces, which is, I mean, this is their first couple games of the year, which you do see. But we got to see some sort of emotional response or some sort of physical response from Crestview in this going into the second set, because I don't know how much more fight they got in this first set. They may not roll over and die, because we don't want to see that. We want to see some good competitive volleyball. They did change their serve reception pattern, which is good to see. Becca, I think, should take a step to her right, so she helps out Chloe here, so she doesn't take that first serve. See what happens? You change something up, you kind of freeze up that server back there. Bob, my mom, was classic for doing that. Okay, we're just going to move this person really quick. It changes your view as a server.
Yeah, your mom was a pretty good coach herself.
Oh, just a little bit. I can gloat about her a little bit. In my eyes, she's honestly one of the best in this area has ever seen. Honestly, with fundamentals day in and day out. She was with the 97 Madison team that went to state and won the year I was born. But she coached from the early 90s. Kids went to Michigan and Cornell and to Minnesota. They played in national championship games, and people forget how much she does know, because she can be out of the game and I'm just going to be a spectator. I'm just going to go help at practice. But she knows a lot of volleyball. She keeps really, really current on what's going on. We watch the Olympics together. We would, okay, on Peacock TV, let's let it load and we'll watch it tomorrow morning. She keeps herself really relevant with the game of volleyball. So if anybody ever needs to know what's going on, you just go ask Bobby Weaver and she'll just give it to you real straight.
And that hit a little too straight as it goes out, so
let's see.
Crestview with a couple points. They've scored 3 in the last maybe 30 seconds to a minute, but St. Paul only 2 away from taking set number 1.
It's a great serve there. That was low, fast over the net. That made that setter move to the 10-foot line. They're in system. She's got to get her hands on that ball.
And in most cases against most teams, that's an ace, but the
St.
Paul team's pretty good.
And this is historically St. Paul. They are passers. They work their butt off day in and day out to touch every single ball. Them not touching a ball or diving is not an option in the St. Paul gym.
And that extra effort showing right there.
Absolutely. They are so scrappy. It is classic Nancy. She doesn't have to. She has done what she needs to do. Her kid, she's able to take a seat. It's usually when you look at the score and your coach takes a seat or not, you're like, okay, do we need to pull it together? Okay, hey, we're rolling. It's time for their leaders on the court to step up. And I think they've done a great job of that so far. It is set 1, but you're missing your – that's a Bobby. Bobby would not be happy right now. Your cardinal sin of serving, we call them CSSs in our gym. So it's like at first serve, game point, after a timeout, after a sub, you've got to just – even if you pop it in, you've got to keep your serve and you can't give them free points. But this might be a time for Crestview to gain some momentum here.
Got the block, but it's out.
They're touching a lot of balls, but they just got to find a way to keep it back on their side of the court, keep it alive. They're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit in this first set.
And that'll do it for the first set. St. Paul takes it 25-12. We're going to take a break. Be right back with set number 2, live and free on the OH Report.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents Totally Unrealistic, Never Gonna Happen in a Million Years Mom Fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's no reception.
I'm not cheering to 10. Bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos.
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Back here at the Cougars Den, set one complete. St. Paul pretty much cruising after the first maybe 8-9 points to the 25-12 first set victory. Travis Berardi alongside Mackenzie Weaver, All-Ohioan from Lexington, Syracuse University, Dayton University.
University of Dayton.
University of Dayton.
It's okay. I won't shoot you too much for that one. I said Dayton University one time on campus, and people gave me the look like, what is wrong with you?
Oh, it's just like how people, if you don't say the Ohio State University.
The Ohio State University.
Yeah. Anyway, good first set for St. Paul. They did what they needed to do. Crestview stayed in it for the first part, but then mistakes really hurt them.
Absolutely, and I think I take that completely to youth. It is a first match. It is their jitters. They got to find a way to settle in. And again, as I say, volleyball is all about first ball contact. Can we serve in, serve tough, and can we win the serve and pass game? And it's honestly a serve and pass game here tonight.
And Crestview with a bit of a mistake off the serve there. So St. Paul with the first point, and that's going to be an ace.
I would like to see what is her name? Number 10. Shiflett. I would like to see her take a step to her right and be able to take that short ball. That's a long way for their back row to go to take that ball. And I think she's got good enough ball control. She can take that with her hands, and they can run a pretty quick offense off that. So it's a great pass. How are they going to use it? That's a way to get the setter out of system.
Nice block,
good block
to keep
touch.
It up. Block, but it stays down, so that's Presley staying with the point, and it's now 3-0.
Their block setup's not bad. That's not the problem here. Their hands are just not across the net, back to the middle of the court. We don't want to get tooled and used with those little creeping in on the side. That's the worst feeling as a blocker. You're like, oh, if I would just drop my hands, I would have had that block. That's a great pass in system.
Too strong, though.
Not putting it where it needs to be, and they're giving them points right now. They're on a 4-point run right now. We've got to find a way to stop the bleeding. I would like to see if we can get their middle involved early and often so we can start pulling some blockers for Crestview. I'd like to see her run the middle. There we go.
On the serve.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's a great swing. That's a great spot in the court. That's a hard quarter to hit. She's making that libero work hard.
So the Lady Cougars with their first point. Gives the ball over to Becca Kaufman.
Yep.
And she'll try and extend this run here.
It's a great serve, receive, in system ball. Setter's just, middle blocker's just a little late. Let's see if we can keep it alive here. That's a great spot, way to keep it in. Oh.
Wow.
That's a great decision. That's great court awareness from the setter from Norwalk St. Paul. That was my thing when I was a freshman. My mom made me stop doing that because I would do it too much. But she's done it, I think, 1 or 2 times tonight, and it scored both times. So she's able to see her court really well. It's a seasoned setter right there.
Stang serving now for St. Paul.
Even if they're out of system, I would like to see Crestview run their middle a little bit more, even if it's a higher ball. Because I think especially when I was at Dayton, we really honed in on, okay, we've got to establish our middle early. That makes our middle blockers have to go pin to pin. Let's establish them early, make them hold that middle so our outside hitters have holes in their block. I think it'll make Crestview more successful. That's a great dump. That's a great dump. That's really good court awareness from her. She caught that libero. She didn't wait till that base back release and that setter releasing that ball to a pin or to a middle. I'm happy to see that that's a momentum builder right there. So let's see if they can get within 1 or 2 right here. If they can get within 1 or 2, that's a great run here for Crestview.
Completely threw them off guard, too.
Absolutely. It's a great swing.
Throws it down. Rudolph once again. We've been saying her name a lot tonight.
She is seasoned. She is. As I say, Norwalk's not usually, I say, like the biggest teams with height-wise. She's one of their 5'10". She's a senior. She's seasoned. She knows what she needs to do, and she's doing her job well tonight, verbally and physically on the court.
Josie Skin, the libero.
It's a great spot. That's cross-court. It's a good serve. They're making that libero work. I'd like to see them attack other parts of the court.
And a rare miss hit there by St. Paul. Crestview gets the point.
She was looking for that inside seam, trying to cut across the front back to, who they have? Their setter in the front row. They're trying to really attack her tonight. A little tight. Okay, I like to see the movement.
Free ball back over.
Oh, she's panicked. I've seen her do that 1 or 2 times tonight. I think, what is her first name? Sophie. Little Sophie. I like to see her base back stopped, arms forward, ready to pursue that ball instead of being a little bit more surprised on that end. It's a great pass. Run your middle or run your middle.
Nice block.
That's a big block over there.
Take a look at that once more. Nice setup there for both of them.
That was from, number 15, Brooke Hawk. And that was, Megan Liebold. She's been working hard tonight. See, she's got a brace on that right knee. She's got to work extra hard to get pin to pin. That's a great swing.
Addison Sandvik.
They need to take opportunities in the front row with that setter being up there, and they did.
That time she gets through the block and down.
Let's see how Sophie does with the serve. It's a good spot. Corner, just a little wide.
So you like the idea there, trying to change it up a little bit going that side?
Absolutely, yeah. The Bobbyism of the day is let's not serve to the girl with a different colored shirt on, so they're trying to stay away from her. But they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot with their CSSs right here. That's 2 points you would practically give away when you miss a serve. It's a great touch, a little tight.
Oh, wow.
In the net. Yep. That's a rare mistake that I think I've only seen that 1 or 2 times tonight where they're passing tight, especially when your setter's undersized. You got to give her 3 or 4 feet to make good decisions. So I don't think we'll be seeing that much more tonight from this season Flyers team.
You would say for a setter, the further away they are, the easier it is to get it up there because you don't be too close and force it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a setter's alley kind of between 3 to 5 feet is where you want your setter to be able to take a ball from. So she has multiple options on the court. That's a good spot. And we're just long. I would like I like that they're swinging at the ball. I like to see a jump in a swing because when you're jumping, you're able to bring that ball back down and they're not going to be going off the end line back there.
Again, Liebold now serving. So it does seem like Crestview's trying to go to that back line a lot.
They are. They're out of system a lot. So that's really, honestly, the only way they have to go.
Nice block by Rudolph once again.
And you know what? I got to give it to my girl in the middle, Sarah Cohn for Crestview. She has covered and touched almost every single ball that St. Paul has blocked tonight. You see she's always low, ready to cover this block. But honestly, we've got to find a way to get Crestview in system. I keep saying that over and over again. They are not passing 3 passes where their setter has 2 or 3 options to pass off of, and that's kind of what's killing them tonight.
So St. Paul out to a 12-5 second set lead here on the Lady Cougars.
I see St. Paul's really super dialed into what's going on, and I see Crestview is too. They've just got to find a way to side out. And again, games of 5. Let's see if they can get within 8 to 9. That's a pretty solid run in high school volleyball. So they've got to get her off. They've got to get Megan Liebold off the end line, and they've got to find a way to come together. And I need to see some more vocal leaders and leaders by example out there on the court because their seniors are, but I'd like to see a little bit more out of their upperclassmen for Crestview.
This is the point where you can't exchange points. You can't go back and forth because it's a 6-point lead.
Absolutely, yeah. This is runs in bunches right here. Let's see what Megan's got. She's had a pretty tough serve tonight. And they iced her. That's a great timeout. That's a great timeout by head coach Sadie Catlett. That, again, right after a timeout, even if you got, I don't want to say lollipop it in, but you can't give away free points like that. A missed serve statistically turns into about you're giving a team 2 points when you miss a serve. It's a great spot. But we're serving to the libero. Great in system. That's a great dig. Great dig. See him going to the, yep. It's a great in system play. Let's see what they can do with this. This is a kind of a free ball situation here. Out to Becca Kaufman.
Well, that looked like it was going out, too. So they get a good point.
Great point here. And did you see, they did a great job of, they established their middle early, and they were able to go to the pins, and that caused a lot of chaos for St. Paul. We haven't seen that tonight from them.
So back to a 5-point deficit. Grace Fry with the serve.
At about 10 feet. That's tight. What are you going to do? Okay.
They get a chance here.
That's a great out-of-system ball. That's a great swing.
And into the net, so another point. Crestview on a little bit of a run, getting that momentum back.
Absolutely. And do you know what? I got to give it to the libero right there. She gave a great out-of-system ball high to the outside at about 5 feet. Skylar Ramsey, she did a great job tonight right there of keeping that out-of-system ball back in system for Becca. And
just too long.
I wish I had at the NCAA, they have those stats that come up every second and let you know how many missed serves. But I think that this is like their 4th or 5th missed serve tonight, and that's about 10 points that they've just given away. That's a game. That's big switch right there. That's a great swing. Ooh. Wow.
Oofa.
That is a great swing from number 13. This is from Presley.
Take a look at it once again.
She took her head off right there.
Not much Grace Fry could do without that.
No.
Actually, that's Chloe Sauter.
Chloe Sauter. That was a great swing. Great swing. Oh.
And an ace. So Crestview did have a bit of a run, but St. Paul, they settled down, and they're getting those points right back.
That is maturity as a player. That comes with growth, and that is just Nancy Miller volleyball right there. They're going back line. They're serving really, really tough tonight, and they're going after number 4, Becca Kaufman, over here because they know that she hits a lot of balls. So what's the easiest way to get a kid that hits a lot of balls out of system is you serve to her.
And there's a miss hit out of bounds, so lead back up to 8 now.
8 points.
For St. Paul.
Let's see what this setter has. It's a great serve. That's a great serve. That was close.
Take a look at it one more time, and just
out. All right, let's see. Let's have a Crestview take a deep breath, and let's see if they can get to 10 right here. That's a great serve from Becca Kaufman.
Yep.
Out.
And they're going to say into the net. I got 2 referees pointing the wrong way.
I'm a little confused. I don't. Was she in the net, or was she under?
So we had the judge down here said into the net, but I think the referee up there pointed the wrong way.
Yeah.
So they'll give the point to St. Paul. And that'll be
Presley Stang going back to serve. Oh, set your hitters, honey.
Oof.
Good cover, great coverage. That's a great touch from the libero from St. Paul. She's been everywhere tonight.
Just a little long, so it's 17-10.
This is an opportunity for Crestview to take this ball and run with it. We got to see some runs in bunches. I like to see them have a 3 or 4 point run here. They have this middle Sarah Cohn going back to serve. Let's see what she can do. Give them something to work with. Stay away from that libero. She's pretty tough tonight. Okay, that's a little tight.
Almost an overpass, but it will turn into a point maybe, or are they going to say she was into the net?
Back row block. The setter, is the setter front row or back? I don't think the setter is back row for St. Paul right now. So what they're trying to figure out is if this setter's back row and she goes to jump and touch the ball at the same time that they're going to touch the ball, that's a back row block. But this could be that if she was front row, that Crestview was over and they're interfering with that play right there for her to be able to distribute her offense. So I'm interested to see.
Better to take time and get it right than rush and get it wrong.
She's back row. Oh, they're gonna contest that call. She was back row. That's a back row block in my book. Not that I'm a big time referee or anything.
That's why you're up here.
No one would want me to be a referee. I blow my whistle too much. Yep, she is back row. Setter is back row. So this is a big momentum swing here. Can Sarah Cohn go back in, and let's see if she can pop off 2 or 3 more points on this rally.
So 17-11.
That's a good spot. That's the middle of the court.
And just nice court vision there by Rudolph.
She had a completely open net. Their middle blocker didn't really even go up and block right there. That's Izzy Artis. She soft junior. Didn't go up and block. You got to even if you're wrong, give your defense something to work with.
Yeah, she had a wide open spot there in that back left corner. There's an overpass.
Oh, she looked a little. This would be my time. Yeah. Megan Leibold for St. Paul has just worked so hard tonight. I see her as such an emotional leader out on the court and a physical leader throughout the night. And again, they're serve receiving at like 10 feet. That's really, really hard to run a system and be successful if you're passing the ball at 10 feet. This is pretty good. See, that is.
Oh, what a miss hit.
Miss hit.
Good idea of what they were going to do, but she just I think a little off to her side as she jumped
Yeah,
as well.
I don't think she got transitioned all the way to 10 feet. So if she's not transitioned to 10 feet and able to take a full big approach, she's not going to be successful. So she's got to work really, really hard in that situation to get all the way out to be able to hit the ball. Great pass from Becca Kaufman. That's a great shot. Use that.
Free ball back over.
Okay, out of system. What are they going to do? Back row attack. Oh, it could be tight. Yep.
Just a little too long on that pass from the back line.
I would like to see Skylar Ramsey. She's been pretty seasoned. She is a senior. Passing that ball more when you're out of system, high to 10 feet. And that, so we give the right side and the left side opportunities to hit the ball there. That's better. They're at about 8 feet. Great swing. Good cover, Becca Kaufman. Okay, let's see what St. Paul's going to be able to do from the right side. It's a great swing.
Ooh.
Sarah
Nicely
Matlick,
done.
great seasoned lefty. She's everything that St. Paul volleyball is. Good defense, tough serving, able to put the ball where it needs to go day in and day out.
And that'll be a timeout for the Lady Cougars, trailing by 11. St. Paul 3 points away from taking a big 2-0 advantage here in this Firelands opener. So for St. Paul, if you're head coach Nancy Miller right now, what are you telling your team? You're pretty much on cruise control, but you can't let up yet.
So as you can see, Nancy 100% of the time is dialed in, and she there comes a certain point in time where you have to let go as a coach, and I've coached a little bit here and there, coming back into volleyball and seeing where the area is at. You can never take your foot off the gas pedal, especially with kids. You have to find a way that you have prepared in your preseason, that your kids have the emotional and the mental capacity that when they have 5 points left, you practice this in practice. You have 20-20 games, and it's 20-20, and who's going to win the game to 5? So I think right now pressure is on Crestview to make the mistake here. The pressure is not on Norwalk St. Paul. So I really hope to see that we can try to see Crestview let's see if they can get to 15, give them some momentum for the next set if possible. We have their libero, Josie Skin, going back to serve. So she served great tonight. And they're going after Becca Kaufman tonight, and she's working really, really hard to try to respond. She's not shying away from anything.
And she flicked that right down on the line as well.
Absolutely.
For a second I thought that was out, but after watching the replay, she placed that perfectly right down on the line.
It's a great serve. That's a great pass. Running their middle. That's what I like to see. Great swing.
Oh, and mishit.
That is the energy. That is the swing. But, hey, that's a great pass running your middle. You establish your middle right there. Sophie Durbin.
So earlier, Crestview hit the light in here in the gym, and it cost them a point. This time, St. Paul hits the vent, so we're even on that. Both teams got that point out of it.
Great serve from Kalia Siflet right there.
Free ball back over. Nice
block. Good. Oh, sweet. Oh, keep it alive. Okay, they got to defend now.
Into the net.
That's 4. And this is a momentum swing right now. We've got a rowdy crowd. We had a really good coverage play right here. I don't see Norwalk St. Paul panicking yet, but this is a time for Crestview to gain some momentum here in the second set.
Long pass up front, just tapped over, free ball.
Now, when you're playing like this in your St. Paul, you cannot shy away and start tipping the ball. They got to swing, hit to win.
Nice.
That's a great tip. As I say that, they tip and score.
Set point. Brooke Hauk with the point.
All right, we've got our
11 set points for St. Paul here.
They've got a lot of room for error. I think right now with Sarah Matlick, she's going to try to go in and close this out with this serve, and she did.
And there it is, an ace. So that'll do it for set number 2. St. Paul, the 25-13 set victory. They're up 2 sets to none. They'll look to close things out here in set 3 when we return live and free on the OH Report.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents Totally Unrealistic, Never Gonna Happen in a Million Years Mom Fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's like no reception.
I'm not cheering attack. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos.
Frito Lay Variety Packs. packed with possibilities.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Frito Lay.
Two sets complete here at the Cougars Den, with St. Paul leading 2 sets to none. They took set 1 25-12. They took set number 2 25-13. And Mackenzie Weaver, once again, Crestview, they were in it for the first maybe 5-6 points, and then St. Paul got comfortable again and took over.
Absolutely, and I think this is a lot of youth on her part, and people, like I think you've said earlier, that they lost Kennedy and they lost Autumn, and that is really, really hard from a program, especially how powerful and dynamic they were, not only just as like volleyball players, but as leaders and as captains for their teams. So the only advice I could give them right now is, okay, you got to take the emotion out of it. You kind of got stomped on your first 2 sets. How do you respond? This is an internal battle of how mature are we as a team, how mature our seniors are, or our leaders, because I know they got a lot of seniors, but you don't have to be a senior to be a leader. If I've known anything, you can lead and be on the bench, and you're going to be the best. You're going to be a role player. And I like to see their role players step up. And I would really, really, really like to see Chloe has to be exhausted. She's running around. They're passing at 10 feet. They have got to pass the ball at 3 to 5 feet off the net so they can establish their middle early and often. Because honestly, when you've seen that, they've established their middle and they go to the pins, they're keeping Norwalk St. Paul completely out of their offense. And it's refreshing to see because they're making St. Paul work a little bit on that defense I've been talking so much about. They play hard defense at St. Paul. So let's see how they respond here in set 3, if they can close this out or if Crestview is going to rise to the occasion right here.
I want to give out the shout out to Coach Eric Will watching tonight.
God. I love Eric Will.
Get to work with him next week for high school football. The WMAN crew will be down at Lucas as they host Winford. I'll get to produce on that one. But, yeah, this is the start of a busy week. Actually, yesterday was the start of the busy week. We had Clear Fork girls soccer knock off Worcester 5-2. If you want to watch that, it's on our Facebook and our YouTube pages, and we'll get into our schedule for the rest of the week as we continue in the 3rd set. But Crestview starts things off, and once again, it's St. Paul with the first point.
As you can see, honestly, early and often, so St. Paul's doing everything I have been saying all night. They're serving tough, they're establishing their middles, and honestly, they're playing really, really, really clean defensive volleyball right now. It's a great pass, and I think that's a good pass in my book as a setter. I would want that, but again, Chloe, I wonder how tall Chloe is. I think, honestly, they don't have heights on there. I want to say she's like 5'2" or 5'3". I wouldn't let that deter her, but I'd love to see her get her hands on that ball and work hard. Just give them a 1 ball to the middle.
I just know most volleyball players are taller than me because I am a short person. That's off the antenna. So that'll be another point. And once again, St. Paul with a run to start 3-0 as Stang back to serve.
She has gone in and done her job as a role player tonight, going back to the line and serve. As you can see, that ball's going fast over the net, and it is dropping in front of the Crestview defense. It's a great set.
Through the block and just passed a little too strong as St. Paul takes the 4-0 lead here on the J&F Construction scoreboard.
And Sophie Durbin, I'd like to see, she has been playing better off-block defense, so she was aware there. I'd like to see her be able to take that and keep that back to the middle of the court. And we have a missed serve, a rare missed serve. I think that may be their first, maybe their second missed serve of the match.
I think I want to say second. I think their first was early on in the first set.
Yep.
So Crestview with their first point of the set.
Let's see.
And Sarah Cohn
going back to serve. That's a great spot, dropping in front. I think that would be a lift. But
got a free ball.
Open middle court. We got to do something with that. Great dig. Back row attack with Becca Kaufman. Okay, settle.
Through the block and down.
I see late hands there. They got to get them low and fast across that net. Who do we got back here?
Josie Skin now, the libero, serving for the Lady Flyers.
It's a great serve. Great pass. It's a great swing. Hit it at about 10 feet. They got to lead her a little bit more. It's a great change in direction. Great dig. Okay, Becca, keep it in. Good spot.
Little off speed gets the point.
I like that off speed shot. That is a really far way for that middle back to go. So I would like to see that libero step up right there. That's a libero ball. Like, that's a gimme. Like, oh, I want that to dig. I want that dig on my stat. Good touch.
Oh, miscommunication there. But going back to that last point, reaction time has to be quick because that hole opens up at the last second.
Absolutely, and especially they're a smaller team. But when you're a big girl, when you're 6'1", you've got to be low at all times. When they say low to the ball, because you have to be able to react 2 seconds at a time. And when you have to go up to down, that kills a lot of time. In the net, yep. This could be a moment for Crestview right here. I think it was number 6.
Take a look at that here coming up.
Yep. Just a little too close to the net.
Yeah, on
Megan
that follow
Leibold
through.
on top. Yep, on the top of the net. I really liked how in that moment she was about 8 feet off and ran that middle right there, but it was just a little too tight for her to go off of him. A missed serve here from Sophie Durbin. I want to say that's their 7th missed serve. That's a lot of missed serves.
Looked like she's going to try and tuck it just inside the line on the right, but
she was going to make that left front work, and it just didn't get quite there.
Ooh.
Cuffed her in the chest. That's a worse. That's a little painful, especially getting hit right here in your collarbone. Your reaction time is so there, especially when you're in the front row. She should just be able to throw her hands up, but she just didn't have enough time. Okay. See what Becca Kaufman can do out of system. They're attacking that corner of the court.
Nice little touch there.
Right over the block. I mean, the DS that's gone in for her tonight, number 7. This is Grace. Yes, Grace Fry going in. She was there, just wasn't able to take 1 or 2 more steps to pick up that ball. 2 little baby steps. Good call from Sophie Durbin out of bounds. All right, so they're within 4. 5.
Lead is 5.
Lead is 5.
Lead is 5 for St. Paul, 9-4. And this has been the point where you see Crestview maybe making a couple of points, but then after that, St. Paul settles down. So we'll see if Crestview can, I guess, change the story in this set.
That's a great pass. That's an in-system ball to the middle.
Nice dig.
Yep, there it is. Little monster.
Oh,
great block. All right, settle in, settle in. All right, let's see Sophie, what's she going to do? Play. There was a touch. There was a touch. Net.
Wow.
Come on. Let's set your hitters.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a heck of a rally right there. A heck of a rally from both sides. That's great defense on both ends of the court. And I'm telling you right now, this middle has taken care of business tonight. Megan Leibold, she's worked
with
hard.
Authority.
Absolutely.
And you'd think they'd be a little bit tired after that long volley. No, she
got to 10 feet and said, not today. That is my kill. Play.
Nice.
Crestview's getting scrappy. I like to see it.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 13, Presley staying. That great job stepping into her role here in set 3 and just honestly seeing the holes in the court right now and seeing the hole in the block, taking care of business.
Well, they're also seeing that Crestview's getting some of that momentum on the volley and saying, no, I'm just going to slap this right down.
Great call on the end line. That's a great call on the end line.
So back to a 6-point game.
A 6-point game. Okay, so they've got 3 options right now in the front row for Crestview. We've got Becca on the outside. We've got this strong middle. I would really like to see them starting to pass it at 3 to 5 feet. That's a great swing.
Whew.
Great combination in the middle. I think if you can see on the replay, they cross paths. We have, which isn't common in a high school that you see them running plays like that, but Presley has gone in. She came in and ran a 2-ball out of the middle, so that really froze. You know, as a middle blocker, like, oh God, who do I jump with? Right there.
Knoll with the serve for St. Paul.
It's a great swing.
The block
Swinging high. Swinging high.
Shiflett with the point.
She's been a little quiet tonight. She stepped in and had a couple kills here and there. But what I really think that she saw well with these hands were super high on the block, and she was ripping as hard as she could, hoping it would go out of bounds. Great pass in system. Oh, it's tight. That's tight.
Oh.
There was no block there for her. That's a great swing. Number 9, Carly Rudolph.
And just to have the ability to pass it behind you perfectly to set that up.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'd be able to do that even one time out of 10.
She had great body control right there. That ball that she delivered, she saw the change and she needed to send the ball back, but God, she had great body control to stay out of the net right there. It's a great serve. Free ball, St. Paul. Okay, they're pretty much in system. I don't like to see liberos hit the ball, but that was a great spot. That was a good spot as a libero.
Off the
Here
block.
we go.
Oh, not off the block. Okay. Crestview gets the point.
Okay, we have Sarah Cohn going back to serve right now. That was lefty going across her body, and she just missed hands right there.
So still a 6-point deficit for the Lady Cougars, but an ace.
For Sarah Cohn, I love the energy and excitement. They do want good things for one another.
That ball kind of died midair, too.
It did. She stopped her hand high. She had that serve reception pattern frozen. Let's see what she does now.
Like in baseball and knuckleball, you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
Off the block and down, so a little momentum for Crestview.
That's a great.
Back to 4.
Absolutely, yeah. So we had our role players. That's Emily Weaver with that block, and that is Izzy Artis with that block. That was great block setup right there.
So here's that mid-set run by Crestview. Can they continue it is the question.
I would really like to see her put that ball to the other side of the court. They're giving that ball to that libero. Good spot, Emily. Out of system. Stay low and go. That's great feet.
Off the block, saved.
They are using a lot of right sides tonight here for Norwalk St. Paul. And then we have an air. That's youth right there. That's panicked. I got to throw my hands up and take that second ball air.
But even despite that, that was a good
great rally.
Rally between both sides, and for Crestview, you could feel a little bit more momentum, but they have to keep St. Paul from getting consecutive points here.
Yes, so those runs in bunches. That's out of bounds. They're doing a great job right now. They're within 4. So let's see if we can get like a 3-point run. Get them within 1 would be ideal. We would like to see them get to even, but let's see how far this run can go right here. Great dig.
Oh, into the net, though. It looked like she couldn't get all of it because she was going backwards a little bit.
She was backpedaling, so I would like to see is her set her feet, be really sound and grounded, and taking a good hard swing, giving herself an opportunity and not making an error right there. We have a middle attack here. Boom. Great swing. Great swing to that right side corner. There we go. I think right now we're seeing St. Paul's trying to work their bench in at this point. They do have a pretty solid lead, but honestly, Crestview's not rolling over and dying anytime soon, and that's what I like to see with the youth of these teams.
15-11.
Let's see what Emily Weaver does on this back line. It's a great serve. Keep it away from the libero, but they did get her out of system.
And into the net.
Yep.
Back to a 3-point game, and Crestview not going away yet.
They're here to say this is their home court. They're not rolling over and dying anytime soon. They've got the energy of the gym behind them here in this third set. It's a great in-system ball for Presley. Staying.
Oh, nice.
And she just crept it right over. That's kind of not like a miss hit, but that's a little off-speed shot into zones 5 and 6 right there. That's a long way to go for Emily. She's about 5'10", so that's a long way to the ground for her. Okay.
Ella Wagner. Wangler. Ella Wangler was about to serve, but she hands it off to Hauk.
It's a great hybrid serve right there.
Maybe a bit of miscommunication there.
Absolutely. And you know what? She doesn't have a typical like float serve where the ball doesn't move at all in the air, and it's not a typical topspin serve where that ball drops straight down. It's kind of a hybrid. So you really have to be below the ball and start tracking that into your platform. It's a great pass. A little tight. A little miscommunication on what that was supposed to be swung with. Great block.
Good block.
Good
Another
top
one.
block touch.
Oh, they're going to say she goes into the net, though.
Maybe a little bit with hands. Let's see. Oh. I think it might have been a little bit at the top of the tape with hands. A little bit at the top of the tape.
So the lead ballooning back out to 6 now.
Out.
Nice read there.
This is the most, I think they're on their third or fourth missed serve in this set alone, which is completely atypical, but Crestview's putting the pressure back on St. Paul right now. They're making them work.
Could it be St. Paul just settling down a little bit, comfortable with that 2-set lead? They had a bit of a lead here in the 3rd set as well.
Honestly, the game of volleyball is such a momentum changer, but I've seen a lot of the things I've been talking about, having them pass in the middle of the court, and Chloe Sauter is really using her middles more often. But I think right now Nancy's trying to work in her bench, and that comes with youth too.
Get some quality playing time out there for them.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's a great match to do it because both teams are working extremely hard. Great tip, great touch, just couldn't make it happen.
St. Paul 5 points away from closing this thing out in straight sets. They lead 20-13 here in set number 3 as Leibold gets ready to serve it.
She's done so well tonight at the end line and in the front row.
And that's long.
As she misses her serve. Come on, kid. I'm trying to talk you up right now, and you missed your serve, sweetie. But you know what? Honestly, she's had a great night tonight, and she's coming out, letting her libero take over and do her libero duties, and we have Chloe Sauter going back to serve, seeing what she can do for Crestview at this point. Tip. That's a good dig.
Ooh.
It's a great swing.
Rudolph once again.
Those are their 2 big swings. So we have Carly Rudolph is that big middle that goes in and goes against. She's going against Sarah Cohn there. Yep.
So Crestview down 7 with the timeout. I'd like to thank tonight's sponsors, allowing us to be live and free on the OH Report. Scout Construction, Frito Lay, Kissel's Lawncare, spraying and painting, and J&F Construction. Thanks to all of those sponsors allowing us to bring high school volleyball once again this season. And we have a big schedule ahead of volleyball matches, but we have a big schedule for this week as well.
Who do we got this week?
Well, we actually have 2 soccer highlights that'll be going on right now. Actually 3. 2 boys highlights. Brian Skoronsky is at Mansfield Senior, Madison at Mansfield Senior.
Okay.
Storm Blunchley, Ashland at Lexington. They'll have those highlights tonight. And then the girls, Ontario at Ashland.
Okay.
Garrett Parlett there, and I believe your dad is at that game as well. Goalie coach Brian Weaver.
Who knows where he is tonight? He's out there doing something, working with those goalkeepers for the boys and the girls team out Ontario. And my cousin now, he took over. He was playing goalkeeper. That was Matt's backup.
Yeah.
And now I think he's playing in the field now, so I'm excited to see what he does this season. All right, let's see the setter, the season setter going back to try to close this match out, but let's see how Crestview responds. Play up. I'm hoping for these girls. I'm pulling for Crestview at this point just because you don't want to see a team that they have really tried to stay in this match. But I think it's just their serve receive is starting to break down on them tonight. That's a great set and great swing. It's a great spot.
Very good spot. Good effort by St. Paul to try and get a hand on it, but that was just placed perfectly to get the point.
I don't know if people are watching. In this 3rd set, you're down 2-0, and I'm so happy that Crestview, they are so happy for each other when their teammate makes a great kill like that. You couldn't tell what the score was after that kill right there, which I'm happy to see. That's growth and maturity on their part. Great swing. They're keeping that setter out of the offense over here for Crestview. And their coverage has gotten better, just couldn't make it happen with the swing right there.
St. Paul 2 points away.
We have a sub on our right. Brooke Hauk. Brooke, I'm sorry. I'll be better. It's a great float serve. It's a free ball for them. See how they respond. That's out.
Just
Out.
good idea, but just a little too strong.
That's a great shot to have, and honestly, the lights were on and nobody was home over there. That was a saving grace for Crestview right there. Let's see what Sarah Cohn can do on the end line. She's been an emotional leader for them tonight. She's been really scrappy on coverage. Oh.
Woo.
Ooh, great. I love to see it.
Take a look at the replay. It's just
That's a
trying to
great
get over the
play,
net.
great play, back to back. That libero, Josie Skin, she's worked really, really hard tonight, and that's the typical Norwalk St. Paul defense where they work super hard, but as a middle, you're ready for, we like to call those yummies.
Yummy balls.
Little yummies. We used to practice those. Bobby calls those, we'd have yummy practice. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Into the net.
Becca Kaufman has just not been solid from the back row. I'd like to see them have Sophie Durbin take a crack at that swing out there. That she probably has a better angle at that. But again, that comes with, this is their second game of the year. They play them another time, so hopefully we see some growth from here at set point.
7 match points actually for St. Paul. Looking to close things out here in 3 straight, and they will. That'll do it.
That's a very strong St. Paul team. Very strong.
Your final here in set 3, 25-17. St. Paul takes it 3-0 and wins the match. We're going to take another break. Be back with our player of the game and to wrap things up. So we'll be right back. You're watching Girls High School Volleyball live and free on the OH Report.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents Totally Unrealistic, Never Gonna Happen in a Million Years Mom Fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's like no reception.
I'm not cheering attack. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos.
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Hi guys, and welcome back. This is Mackenzie Weaver, and I'm here with Megan Leibold for our Frito Lay Player of the Game. Honey, you played such a great game tonight, and I was a former player, and I played Norwalk St. Paul for probably about 4 years, and Nancy is a legend for you guys, and she's been in the program forever. How is it having her in the gym and starting your first match of this season? How does her intensity on the sideline transfer into you guys when you play?
Well, she's a great coach, and I think it's helped because we've all this year, we didn't have any seniors last year, so we have 9 this year. And
9?
we've just,
Wow.
Yeah. And we've just came together so much more than last year. And I think that's a big thing. And we've just worked on being together more and focusing on having each other's backs and the passion. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. And what I noticed a lot tonight, and especially in high school volleyball, it's a serve and pass game. How do you guys, does that transition over from practices, that you guys serving that aggressively in practice, that it transfers over into a game? Because you guys really, I know that you were really offensive this match, but especially you were on the end line a lot, and you were popping off lots of points on the end line. So do you guys think like serve and pass is a big part of your game, part of Norwalk St. Paul volleyball?
Oh, yeah, that's the main thing we work on. We have a drill, we try to serve under 3 minutes and get 25 passes. And we get it almost every time. So I think we work on that a lot. So
absolutely. Well, Megan, it was so nice to have you tonight, and I hope I can see you at some point again soon. And honestly, congratulations. This was your first win and first match of the season. So I know you guys are the queens of the Firelands Conference. You guys have had so many sectional championships, district championships, and of course your guys' conference championship. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you the rest of the season, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we'll be back in a minute. We're going to take a break, and we're going to wrap things up for you.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents Totally Unrealistic, Never Gonna Happen in a Million Years Mom Fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's no reception.
I'm not cheering attack. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos.
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Frito Lay.
Back here at the Cougars Den, where the St. Paul Lady Flyers take the match over Crestview 3-0 tonight. Travis Berardi here alongside Mackenzie Weaver once again to wrap things up. And Mackenzie, Crestview had some good runs in them, but St. Paul was just too much.
They were, as Megan put it plainly, they are seasoned. They have 9 seniors. They have Nancy at the helm. They played serve and pass volleyball, and they followed a game plan and did exactly what they needed to do to pick Crestview's defense apart tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of seniors. 9 of them.
That's a lot. That's
compared to only 2 from Crestview. However, Crestview has 5 juniors along.
They have some
but some of these players didn't play last year because there were so many seniors that graduate. They had a couple seniors graduate from last year that stayed on the floor a lot. So maybe it might take them a couple more games to really get into volleyball shape. The way they want to play.
Yeah, and the more teams that you see in a season, and the more, I don't know, tempo of the game is different, and the more kids that you play around. And, it's still early. I wouldn't say that this is Crestview. They're going to live and die by this one game. This kind of hurts them in the conference, of course. But, it's a long season. Hopefully it's a long season. We don't want COVID to take anybody out of this too soon. So I just hope that, you learn from it. You have film. It's time to go break down some film. It's time to go serve, receive your butt off, and it's time to serve in and find a way to establish a really solid offense here for Crestview in the upcoming games.
So Cougars on Thursday will travel to Bucyrus for a non-conference match, and then they will be at St. Peter's on Saturday. As for St. Paul, they will...
Who do they got?
They will host New London on Tuesday, the 31st.
Okay.
So that'll wrap things up here from the Cougars Den. St. Paul with a 25-12, 25-13, 25-17 sweep of the Lady Cougars this evening. Want to thank our sponsors one final time, our commercial sponsors, Scout Construction, Frito Lay, and Kissel's Lawncare. Frito Lay also our player of the game sponsor, and, well, you're in it right now, the J&F Construction post game. They were also our pregame and scoreboard sponsors. Want to thank everybody that helped us out tonight. My name is Travis Berardi on play-by-play. Mackenzie did a great job for us her first time with the OH Report.
Hopefully you guys don't get too tired of me too soon.
You break the game down, and that's something that we need. Hayden Gray, once again, my colleague here. He'll be on football games with me as well. Everybody back at the OH Report. Adam Thompson, Brian Skoronsky, Jory Hollenbeck, and the crew. And BS Media Productions for setting everything up. Your final one more time, 25-12, 25-13, 25-17 in favor of St. Paul. And don't forget, this Friday night we have 5 live streams. Grandview Heights at Centerburg, South Central at Northmore. That's where I will be with Hayden. Granville at Clear Fork is our game of the week. Harding at Mansfield Senior and Ashland at Clyde. We also have highlights galore the next couple days. We have 3 highlights going to be done tonight, so make sure you go over to the OH Report Facebook and YouTube channels to catch those. But for now, that'll wrap things up. St. Paul gets win number 1 on this season. Have a good night, everybody.